This is more about living in the time of the coronavirus epidemic. I have been reading about Pablo Casals, the famous musician, cello player, also a person of principle and great fidelity. He lived in hell and exile for 10 years during the Spanish Civil War and World War II. And I could see through his terrible experiences what it is like to live in a time when fear takes over and loyalty, above all, is demanded. It is a time when good people like Casals recede and dolts take over. Then cruelty appears and adds immeasurably to the fear. The dolt is cruel because he loves to exercise his power. Because he is a dolt, no one respected him. Look at how they respect him now that he is in power. He knows it is fear, and not himself, they respect, and that only sharpens his cruelty. It is not unbelievable what men can do to men, inflicting horrors. It's easy to see how it happens, but so painful to witness when it does. And the favored target of the dolt, above all, is anyone blessed with spirit and humanity. The dolt loves to crush them, loves to see them weep and beg and break down. The dolt's appetite for inflicting pain only increases. Once he gets started, he is very hard to stop. He enjoys his work. The trumpet left Washington early. There's nothing there for him now. And he says he wants nothing to do with the traditional orderly transfer of power. The PM, not yet in office, is already promising yet another stimulus check. Looks like Christmas will come early this year. These stimulus checks are like the paddles on the doctor show. The body flops around a bit, but it's still a flatliner. Phil Spector, the music producer, just died in jail. I think he got there because he shot a girlfriend. I mention this because the first report of this said he died of natural causes. That was later amended to saying he died of COVID-19. So, officially, the virus is not natural. Inauguration Day approaches. It's funny, more corona crazy, or demo crazy, some kind of crazy. There won't be a real event, just the bare bones of it. The oath, do you swear? Okay, you're in. And yet, authorities are going to great lengths to protect the few who will be present. And more crazy. Instead of fences on the border, we are now putting up fences all over the Capitol. This is for protection, and it does this by keeping people out. Exclusion. How sad to see this in the nation's capital. It should be the showcase of liberty. Instead, it is cringing in fear. I wish the PM had said, okay, look, we can have the troops at the ready, but there will be no fences. We haven't come to that. Not yet. But we have. Somebody should sing, "Don't Fence Me In," at the inauguration. The threat is hard to define. Antifa? Thugs? Overly zealous? Yes. Trump supporters. The trumpet. He's the one who set this off. He's why we're out there, erring like hell on the side of caution. Call out the army. Get up the fences. Be prepared. And when the PM makes his inaugural speech, I know it will be filled with heartwarming platitudes about the glories of democracy, how wonderfully it endures, and the strength and character of the American people. We have been tested before, and we are being challenged now, but we have always prevailed, and this time it will be no different. If they pipe in crowd noise, a great roar will be heard. The trumpet won't be there. He's in Florida, issuing more pardons. Some say he will pardon himself. I don't see it. That would be admitting he did wrong, and he won't do that. If I were the PM, I would have Obama Lama sitting in the trumpet's place. There is your natural smooth succession of power. It would be as if the trumpet never happened, just a bad dream. Perfect. Then, in his speech, the PM could say, "As you can see, my predecessor is not here." Camera shows an empty chair. He's a no-show, a sore loser. Well, I pity him. He can't help himself sometimes. And as my first act as your new president, I'm going to issue a full and complete pardon for the man. He was wrong in what he did, and I have no doubt that the Senate would have voted to impeach him. But we have other work to do, important work. To proceed with impeachment would only further divide the country, and I say he's not worth it. I say the hell with him. Let's the rest of us move on. It won't happen, but I think it would be great if it did. The PM could bury the hatchet right in the trumpet's head. You're pardoned. And, oh, by the way, you're fired.